Before we start the presentation, I would formally like to thank the Smart India Hackathon 2025 team for providing us the opportunity of having this presentation today. Our title is for the digital platform for centralized alumni data management and engagement. So basically, our theme is on smart education, and our team name is for unknown. So in this problem statement, basically what we are going to do is that we are going to connect students and alumni together. Basically, we are going to bring them under one roof. This is our proposed solution by which we can be centralized all the alumni data of the institute which gets lost after a periodic time in a span of say 5 years or 10 years. uh, we centralize that alumni data and help build meaningful connections among alumni and also among alumni and students. This empowers students with mentorship opportunities and a vibrant community. How we address the solution is that first we have to centralize the data with secure and accessible alumni records. Then once the student opens the dashboard, we start with the AI matchmaking where students can select their domain and they get recommendations from their relevant alumni mentors, and they can basically, we have an engagement hub where there are communities by interest, skills and batches. um, After that, we have an opportunity pipeline for pre-final year and final year students. Once their domain gets selected, they can ask for their mentors to give them referrals, and if there are any events happening, the alumni can let the students know in the what's happening in the corporate world. The students get a clear idea with the help of their alumni. Now, this is a lifelong learning where they can get continuous mentorship and guidance, irrespective of whether they are pass out from the institute or not, because they are going to have seniors in their record anytime. The our project tracking flow consists of three principal elements. The first one is the student, second one is the alumni, and the third one is the admin. So the student and alumni are responsible for the engagement, and for the database management, the complete control is given to the admin. Uh, for admin, uh, basically the role of the admin is to input the alumni database and to keep a thorough check on whatever alumni records, whether they are clean or not. And the second thing is to in line with the donations that are happening inside the institutes by the alumni. For the students, we have once the student opens the web app or website, basically he gets a login with his credentials, and then the credentials are basically verified with the help of authentication, proper authentication, say JWT, and from there he can view the dashboard, and from in the dashboard section he gets a recommended alumni place where alumni that match his or her particular domain are recommended, and also from which batch they are, that is also recommended. Query user data for recommendations, and then a consolidated dashboard data is returned. After that, uh, let's say the student clicks on a recommended alumni profile, then he is able to see what the profile is, and after he sees that profile, he gets a option to connect with that person. Then he can connect, just he can just connect, or can also have a mentorship under him where he can um, basically send a mentorship request to the alumni, and if the alumni accepts it, they can get into a communication channel. Now, this is the alumni accepts a request. So if the request is accepted, then it is acknowledged and the further communication can happen. And if the request is declined, then um, the update request status is finally declared as declined. Mm, the tech stack we are using for front end is React and Tailwind CSS. This is the most common and most robust. And for backend, we are using Node.js and Node and Express.js. For database, we are using a combination of Postgre and MongoDB. For authentication, we are using JWT and OAuth. For tools, we are using ML microservices and Docker. And for APIs, we are using WebSockets and REST APIs. We have mentioned these two because it depends on the time constraint. If the time is less, we will use REST. If we have sufficient time, we might integrate WebSocket APIs. This is the basic prototype for an admin dashboard, what it looks like. So basically, there is a nav bar where they can see what are the events happening in the corporate world. This is also accessible to both students and alumni. And this is actually how the alumni engagement is happening in the platform. This is visible for the admin. This is the activity feed. What are the activities happening and what are the upcoming events happening in this week? So this is the this week section and this is upcoming events. What are the donations that have happened this week and what are how much mentorship is happening right now and by what percentage it is increasing. This is also a database where there is a top company hiring and from where are actually our alumni are and how much alumni engagement is happening from alumni who are from that particular uh, company and alumni distribution data with respect to their badge. This is the activity feed and this is the request. So admin can also connect with alumni or student. This is the feasibility and the viability section. So this is actually a profile section of a alumni where the what they are doing currently right now is described and what are their mentorship interest, what they desire to mentor their juniors for. This is their availability chart where the dates are open, on which dates they are open for mentorships, and these are their basic skills and education that students can see to connect with their mentors. Mm. And even though this is an alumni can also have mentors. Okay, so alumni are also juniors of their senior alumni, so they can also have mentors here. The we are addressing the challenges and solutions is that the outdated alumni data might be displayed sometimes and the data might get outdated over a point of time and maybe it's not updated, so we are going to have automated verifications of the data after what timeline there is no interaction of that particular alumni, and we can keep periodic updates. The second issue is that if there is a low engagement, so we have to keep it gamified features and we have to mentorships, events, and networking opportunities. So we have to make sure that these things are happening in the platform so that the engagement is quite active. For data privacy and security, we have used strong authentication like JSW, um, JWT, and OAuth. For integration challenges, we have used unified APIs for seamless services. ML models are trained with feedback loops for accuracy and fairness. Impact and benefits. Alumni, for alumni they get a professional network. You